Do it for you.
Baby, don't forget the floor is yours. Yeah, baby, I mean the floor is yours. If it come down to the floor is yours, let me show you how I prove the floor is yours. 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 The floor, yeah, the floor is yours.
Now it's my turn to tell you.
Hello, people. And today is a somewhat rainy, depending on where you are, and a little bit sunny, depending on where you are. So wherever you are, I hope you are safe. Happy Thursday to you. We are one day before the weekend, and we just want to come out to you guys today to just say we're glad you're here. If you're tuning in late, if you didn't know and you're scrolling and you see us, stop by, say hi to us in the comment section. We have a cute and simple and quaint conversation for you tonight. I just want you to remind you to go out to all our social media sites, go out to our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on our platforms. Reach out to Mogul TV and make sure you are subscribed. And they have tons of selections of wonderful shows for you out to watch out there. And remember, one of the reasons why we're here today is to breathe life into you and remind you about the Conversation Summit. It's March the 17th and the 18th. That's next month, 17th and the 18th. We've got a jam-packed 2 days for you. We've got wonderful people that will be on our panels. We have one day that's dedicated to our youth. Well, 2 days are dedicated to our youth, where they come in, do a pitch competition. We also have a play. I'll let Felix get into that a little bit more for you, but I just wanted to remind you guys to please subscribe. We've got some of our podcasts coming back off of hiatus, and we just enjoy having you tune in. We want to say thank you to all our followers, people who stuck it out throughout the years. We appreciate you guys. Gerard comes back every year to make sure he brings you solid content, and he's doing his best to get better and better. And it's been nothing but growth since I stepped on the scene. So I just want to say thank you, Flex, for everything that you do. And congratulations to all your future endeavors. You have been killing it, okay? And so there's a lot of changes that are going on with our lives, and I'm excited about where our new paths are headed. But I just want to say, hey, you guys, don't forget, take your children, sign up for the Conversation Summit. It's $10 for adults. The children are free. Make sure your children have an idea. If you got one around that house that's driving you crazy, make sure they get something together. You bring them out and let them be a part of our pitch competition. There's money, prizes, and the whole nine. So I'm going to kick it over to Flex before we get into our conversation for tonight. And he's going to tell us about a little bit more about the summit. We'll roll a few promos during our commercial break. We want to say hi to Tamika. She's hiding out somewhere on another podcast, but that's okay.
Yeah,
we're gonna
we got you.
come back. But go ahead, Flex, and let them know what we got.
Hey, I just want to correct you. You said something. You said me and mine. It's we and ours, man. I've been working on my French, so it's we up in here, and we have built a beautiful, strong team, man. And I want to definitely thank y'all and show appreciation for your push for excellence. We've done a lot of growing, and the work is necessary. It ain't always glamorous, but when you're passionate about it, it motivates you. So thank you for your push for excellence. And just to follow up what you said, follow us on all the sites. But March the 17th and 18th, the Conversation Summit Tour. We're here first in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and you do not want to miss it. We got a lot packed for that weekend. Starting off that Friday with some networking opportunities. So all you entrepreneur-minded people, if you have your own business, thinking about starting your own business, got your questions about starting a business, come on out. Interact with like-minded people. I'm telling you, no one knows everything, but together we can begin to together just make changes that we need to see in our community. We got a stage play that night. It's going to be awesome, and it's based off the conversations that we have in the barbershops and hair salons. So come on out that Friday night, be a part of that. And that Saturday is really going to be rolling. We got a couple panels. We're going to be talking about relationships, and not just intimate relationships. We're talking about on all levels. So I love the
relationships are the new what?
The new currency. And that is for real. Like, I believe like the relationships you build, they affect your quality of life, and not just financially, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So we're going to talk about how to build and foster meaningful relationships. The second panel is going to be a community engagement panel. And we got people in the community that's going to come out and participate in that. We're going to let the audience ask questions and get engaged as well. And that afternoon, like she said, we're going to have the pitch contest. This is for the people, again, who want to start a business, who has a business, they need some energy or some other resources injected into it. And then that evening, we're going to do an award ceremony for the person or the people that won the pitch contest. So March 17th and 18th, go online to theconversationsummit.com.
Yes.
Sign up. It's only $10. Small contribution to something that's so meaningful. But it's free for the kids. But again, everybody needs to register. Quit waiting till the last minute, folks. Go ahead and get them tickets.
Yes. Do not wait until the final hour.
Yeah.
And have your baby standing outside talking about, Mama, Daddy, why we can't get in?
Yeah. But part of the discussion too is going to be about how do you get support. I know I see a lot of people who starting businesses, bright ideas, great ideas, but I don't think they really put a lot of thought into how to get support, whether it's people that's just helping them push the business, or it's patrons, people that are buying their goods and services. And so a lot of times we depend on initially our friends and family. We say, you know what, I got a large family. If I get those 50 or 60 people just to buy from me on a continuing basis, man, I'm gonna be good. Right. And it sounds good in theory, but that's not how it go, right?
It's never how it goes.
So yeah, I'm gonna get your thought on that initially. Don't depend on friends and family to support your business.
Yeah. Well, let me. If we're jumping into the conversation, I want to say this. My thoughts are really this. I feel like, you know, you want the support of your friends and family, because who else do you feel the most comfortable with? Who else knows where you started and where you are but your family? So it's almost natural to want those people to be in your circle, right? Yeah. You think, why not? You know, you've seen you go through the fire. Sometimes you go through the fire with them, you know, and so you come around and you think, man, you know, I want to share this information with you. And then when I share it with you and you give me these attaboys, I'm looking for you in the crowd and you're late or you don't show up. So I feel like, you know, I think that once we get past the fact that people, not just our family members, are going to disappoint you. And so you can't expect people to support you like you would support them. And that's something that I have struggled with, feeling disappointment for support throughout my life, you know, from friends and family, not feeling like they're always there. And then when you have those bright and amazing moments in your life, no one's there to share it with you. But you made an important statement. You said, should we really be thinking about those type of things? How do we find other places of additional support? And so I think that's the basis of this conversation tonight. Yeah. So I wanna say this. My thoughts on support are also, let's make sure that if you can't find support where you are, that there are services and there are people that you can reach out to. And I know you're going to piggyback off of that as well. But that there are also, you know, there are also other areas where you can start building support inside your home.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And I'll just add on that, like anything, there's subject matter experts, you know, subject matter experts in these different arenas. There are people that are good, that are excellent at helping you promote and market your product.
Yes.
And I was just thinking about, can you imagine some of these big organizations like Target or Walmart or Chick-fil-A solely dependent on their friends and family for business? Like, where would they be? They wouldn't be the large, successful organizations that they are. So my point is, they cost to market and support. I mean, to market and advertise. Think about the
Yes.
Super Bowl. I mean, for years, I haven't, watched it as much as I did in the past, but the biggest draw for me for the Super Bowl were the commercials. Like, how creative were the commercials going to be and what the products
Right.
going to be about, right?
So what did you think about the commercials this year? I want to know.
You know, it was
What did you
crazy.
think? What?
Man, I was helping my homeboy grill, so I really wasn't even watching the Super Bowl. Like, man, it
I
may
ain't
be
gonna
because my
lie.
Cowboys weren't in there. So hey, but
I'm gonna be honest with you. The commercials with Diddy was like womp womp.
really see,
But the thing is that I would still be in support of him. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
of course.
So
of course,
they were womp womp. They were.
Yeah.
They were. They were just like, I'm like, what's
Yeah.
the point that you're trying to get across?
Yeah.
I think, I think that pushing that back towards support, I think that, even in that type of arena, I think that people tend to support celebrities before we will share something about a celebrity before we share our cousin that's barbecuing during the summer for some extra money so he can send his kids to Little League. You know what I mean?
What's the psychology behind it? I mean, because we see it, they'll share even not just meaningful stuff, but a fight video or just some that's disparaging to somebody before they'll share.
I think some of it is misery loves company. Some people like the miserable stuff, especially if I'm gonna share this. Are they like sensational stuff? They want to sensationalize this. Pop culture is called pop culture for a reason. It's stuff that pops up and it catches your attention, and it's a culture of it. Basically, is what pop culture is. So, if you constantly have this whack-a-mole culture, I can watch this and watch that. Who they fighting over there? Did you see this? Did you see that? We all fall prey to it. And sometimes it's more interesting than what your uncle got going on, right? But that does not mean that you don't find that empathy inside of you to want to support your family members. So I think that, even across the board, I think a lot of that is, some of it is jealousy. I think that people become fearful when they see you move positively. I think that's something that, no one wants to be like, oh, they just jealous of me. They just jealous. You see how this hair swing? They jealous. No, a lot of times people are jealous. And it could be the fact that you're doing something that, for one, they couldn't fathom. And for two, it reminds them of their own inadequacies.
Yeah, that's true. Someone logged into the as a group, so we can't see the name, but they're saying some people are competing, some folks are jealous. There's unconscious biases. That's a big one right there. Or always looking for a discount. I want to address all of them, but what about that last one?
Let's go. We're always looking for a discount.
Yeah.
That is why people have come out with this. What the price was today might not be the price tomorrow.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why.
Yeah.
Because everybody still wants that homeboy hookup. Everybody's like, I should get it for free. And I think that you would pay somebody else for their services. So why not pay your friend? It's still their business.
And I think there's multiple layers to that piece right there. Sometimes the price, Walmart's and Target, they can be competitive with their prices because they're flooding the market out there, right? Yeah. They have the cheap, production and all. That's not always the case with small businesses. So they're, got the overhead that they got to cover or whatever it is, and they're not able to give a discount. So, we take that into account. And I'm gonna just ask you on that, like, what's your mindset? I know you've been in products and for a while. When someone like me, they got a business and I have to charge more for it than what you can get at Target or Walmart, what would make you give me a visit versus Target or Walmart?
I think that, unfortunately, in some communities, price is always going to be an issue. Me personally, I feel like if you are in competition with Walmart, realize that you're going to have to be competitive with your price in order to scale your business. So then you have to be creative and you have to come up with ideas and products and ways to market. And that's why marketing is so important. Your marketing as where Walmart just might sell a product, and Walmart sells ice cream, tons of ice cream. But Tyra Banks is now selling ice cream, but she's selling ice cream on a totally different level. So she found something and she created her own niche inside of it. So I think that if you have a small product that you know you can scale, and then you want to find a way to make that product scalable and different and unique, that's the only way that you can set yourself aside from a big box retailer. That's it. And me, what would keep me, whether or not I would want to purchase, would be, one would be price, and two would probably be presentation.
Yeah. And I like both of those too. Mine would be my sense of community. You know, we talk about being able to circulate the Black dollar within the Black community. And sometimes, you know, I might be a little more patriotic, if that's the word to use, for my community, and want to, you know, pay a little bit more. You know,
that's true.
It's just something to think about, though.
And see, me, I'm willing to pay a little bit more, but I'm not going to pay a little bit more for some wipes that's just, you know, they dusty on the top, you know, it's not clean. You know, I'm gonna go somewhere where, you know, the product is clean at, and it's like, you know, so people, and then you have to remember, in certain communities, we're always looking to save $1.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's looking to pinch pennies. Yeah. And even when they have tons of them, you know, they still want to pinch pennies, because a lot of people always run on the if it runs out mindset. Yeah. So, you know, that 30 cents might not make a difference right now in their mindset, but they're just thinking it's cheaper. It's cheaper over there. I've heard somebody drive 5 miles to buy something that's 85 cents cheaper around the store. You better go around the store and get it. Like, you're wasting gas. So also, if it's inside of your community, it's probably going to be closer. So you think about it. If you think about it, gas prices are fluctuating, they're high. You probably save more money by shopping, you know, at your local bodega or your corner store that's Black owned, because you're saving in other places as well. I think that there should be tax incentives in the Black community. If you own a Black business, that helps bring down the cost of the product itself. That actually recycles wealth inside of the community, and that makes people want to take care of it, because they're actually making $1 to do business.
Yeah. That's huge. That's huge. And that's where part of the discussion for the summit is going to be talking about the elected officials, their role in strengthening our community. And part of that we talk about is what you just said, those incentives for small businesses. Walmarts and the Targets, they pick communities because they know that that city or whatever, that county, they're giving it all kind of tax breaks. So I don't know how you'll go about that as a small business, but that's a conversation that we'll be able to have, hopefully, during the event.
Let me ask you a question here. So, because you know I'm blind. Hold on one second. So what should you do if you're lacking support? What is the one thing that you would do if you personally felt like you were lacking support in your business, in your day-to-day life? What would you tell our viewers and listeners to do if they were lacking support?
Yeah, I would say first, it's a couple things. I would take a look and see, like, who is my target audience and what am I offering them? And my thing is, and we talked about this before the show, sometimes we try to give people what we want them to have versus what they want. So you got to look at your audience and realize, like, hey, am I trying to sell Pittsburgh Steelers gear to Dallas Cowboy fans?
And if you are,
you got to think about it. And it seems simple, but if you think about that context or that concept in other areas, what are you marketing to your people? And is it what they want? And if not, you need to reevaluate that. So that's one. And I'll stop because I don't know if you want to.
No. Keep going. That's one. I want to hear the rest.
Yeah. Another one is what we talked about earlier is what I wrote it down over here. If they're not support, who, again, it's kind of related to the audience. But if we're only dependent on our friends and family, I think we need to expand our reach. And when we started the podcast, initially, I'm from a little small town in East Texas called Texarkana. Our audience was only Texarkana. And I remember it was fun. You know, everybody knew us. But I was like, y'all, we got to do something because that steam is going to run out after a while. So how do I expand my reach? I started going in other markets and looking like what's important to them and how can I give what they want and what they desire. So you got to put the work in. We got a lot of bright ideas about, what we want to do, but how to do it is sometimes where we're lacking. And there's nothing wrong with picking up a book. There's a lot of self-help books out there, videos out there on YouTube. People go to school again to learn marketing and advertising. So just got to do something different. And again,
so what you're saying is that if you're struggling to find support, go out there and pay somebody whose main job is to go out there and find you the demographics that you're looking for to be a part of your business.
I'm telling you, you'll be better for it. And you a lot of times find out that you're just going about it wrong. You can have all the passion in the world, but if you're misguided, it could be all for naught. We've got a couple of good comments on here. I'm going to jump on this one right here before we get too far from the discussion. Ron said, Black folks, period, shouldn't have to pay taxes. You put a LOL on there, but I think there's a level of seriousness on there. You want to respond to that?
I would have to agree with him. I think that there should be some form of tax incentives for us. Definitely, maybe when we file our taxes at the end of the year, I think that'd be a great way because there's no way that they could monitor that pay per pay, but definitely at the end of the year. And so I think that in doing that, if there's more tax incentives, it would also help with census reporting because people would come forward more and say that we exist. And so the census reporting also lets us know how many dollars and how many more dollars need to go back into the communities.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I know a lot of times we try to do business under the table, but sometimes there's incentives to do it the structured way. So this is kind of alluding to the response I had. Knowing your clientele is important. You can't sell beef to vegans unless that vegan is doing the barbecue.
And I'm vegan and I ain't eating beef.
It's funny, but that's an important point. You got to know what you're marketing and if you're marketing it to the right people. Because again, if not, it's going to be all for naught. So yeah, just want to throw that in there.
All these comments are true. It's interesting that people can see that. That means people experience it in their day to day. Another question that I want to ask you is that do you think that it's just the crabs in the barrel, or do you just think that it's a monetary issue why we don't support each other in our community?
And that's some of the other questions or comments from this one where he said the competing, the jealousy. I think it's a little bit of all that, and I've heard it, people make the little snarky comments towards people that are making businesses, creating businesses. So I think it's that. Here's another reason too. I think people confuse fame with support.
Woo!
Popularity with support. People, you can make a post that goes viral or that brings a lot of attention and you'll get, hundreds, if not thousands and tens of thousands of likes. But you put something up there about a business and people keep scrolling.
Right? They're like, oh, you got a business now? Oh, last week you did this. Last week you did this.
Everybody got a business.
You got a business now. I mean, everybody, people have a track record. I'm not going to lie about that. But I think that it only takes a minute to support someone. It only takes a second to share. It only takes, if you're on there and you're watching mindless videos, it will only take you, and imagine how that helps build a relationship with that person. Because you could have, let's say I had a cousin out there and it's a distant cousin and I have a lot of cousins. And my cousin says, hey, I got a business. If I don't turn around and share that business, with their permission, if I don't turn around and share that business, when I know that the main purpose of that vision is to make money. Yeah. Oh, she's right. She said, yeah. Oh, you got that little business now. Everything. That's how you know it's shade when it be little.
Little
business. Got him a new little car, everything little. Yeah. But I think that, I think that we have to find a way to find support inside of our family. And I think that, and I did a little research, and keep Tamika's comment up. I did a little research And one of the things said that the best way to try and build support, not just for business, but just life support inside your family, is to sit down and have engaging conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's
a lot of times people don't know that there is a call to action. And unless you call them and say, I need you to make action. I need you to
big part. Sometimes you got to really ask instead of just putting
you
a
got
post
to ask. You know, because you don't know what another person, they be like, oh, they might not want me in their little business. So, you know, we might have to go the extra mile, and you just say, hey, and that's a part of the person, that business person, humbling themselves and saying, hey, I'm looking for support. This is a new business. I don't want to talk much, but hey, this is what's going on, and then take the opportunity to, maybe, but we can't be that person that's like, I don't want them all in my business, but they don't share anything.
But they don't share. Yeah,
exactly. So that's a double-edged sword.
And before we jump to Tamika's, I just want to add on to that too. That's what we're doing for the summit. I've paid visit to a couple churches. I've reached out to some people and asked them to share it at their church. I'm calling people and texting people. So it takes more than, again, just to flash it on the screen and hope that everybody going to see it and jump onto it. Some people got 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 friends. So you got to know that they're not going to see every post of every friend that's on their page. So just put the work in. I'm going to let you address Tamika's comment, and then we'll go to a commercial break after that.
So Tamika says, another reason is some people truly don't know how to support. But once we educate them on what we do and what we need, it's up to them to step up and support or not. And so she's right, because it's important for us to let people know what our needs are. No one's a mind reader. People can't read our minds. And, and I think that, once you extend that olive branch and say, hey, this is an all call, I've got a new business, I'm looking for support, but actually doing what a lot of people do, that's grassroots. That message is a reason, because you touch more people and you reach more people, and people take you seriously when you're out there and you're doing the work. Now, I know this is COVID, we're in this germy world right now, but actually going out inside your community and letting people know you're here and this is what you're doing. People gonna look at you and you knock on their door and say, hey, I'm selling t-shirts, they're gonna say, such and such baby came by here the other day and he working real hard to sell some t-shirts. Go on down there and sing about one of them t-shirts. So again, community. And so I think that getting out to your community and letting them know that you have a product out there, you're starting a business, be your own marketer. And then when you scale, you find somebody to help you market.
That's all good. So we're gonna go to
break. Did you need me to say that, or were you gonna say that?
I'll let you do it. Let's do it official. You do it, and then I'll push the button.
Okay, we are going to a commercial break, you guys, and then as soon as you come back, we're gonna plug some more stuff for the Conversation Summit. Let you know what we've got about a few minutes going on with some of our other podcasts, and just to keep you posted and abreast of. The floor is yours. Yes, I love it. Love the video. Love what's shaking and baking. I love looking at these city officials' beautiful faces and to think about all the work that they're currently doing. Angelia Pelham, I was looking at my phone. She recently put a post out about a young entrepreneur, and this young man is a chef. And the name of his book is it's called Step Stool Chef, and it's a cookbook for kids. And it's called Step Stool Chef. I know you guys can't see that, but Step Stool Chef. And it's a cookbook for kids. And I think that that's pretty amazing that she is doing the work. She's doing the share. She's sharing. So you guys, I just want to say this. If you have someone in your family, they have a small business, they have an idea, support them. It only takes you a second to support. It doesn't take anything from you. It doesn't cost you anything. If you are sharing the latest fight on TikTok, share your cousin, share our event. I challenge everybody that's listening today to share our event with their family members, to go out and tell people what we are doing inside of the community and the community-based work that we are trying to flourish. And so again, the Conversation Summit, this summit is geared towards the community. It's a community effort. These city officials believe in what we're doing. We believe in what we're doing. And if you have small ones or you know someone that has small children, there is a pitch competition. In this pitch competition, they will be allowed to bring their ideas to the table. And it's not just an atmosphere for them to just come and talk. We want to see that they have actively brought the brightest thing that they could think of. They put it together. It's like a science fair, but for a small business. So Tamika, thank you. TheConversationSummit.com. It's March the 17th and the 18th in Frisco. We are filling up. We want to make sure that we get some serious people in there. And again, if you have an idea of your own, it's not just for the youth, it's for adults as well. There are cash prizes, and there will be help building LLCs and websites. And those are things that help you take the guesswork out of you pulling your own business together. So I don't want to keep going. I know there's a lot of stuff you want to say, so go ahead.
I was just going to add on that about the pitch contest. Go in and ask your kids, if they got any dreams or ambitions about starting a business. Sometimes you just got to start that conversation with them. And again, it don't even have to be a fully thought out business. Of course, put a little work into it when you come, but we got the experts there that help you, kind of formalize it and put it on paper and just give you some direction on which way you should go with that business. So again, that's what community is about. That's what this summit is going to be about. So again, don't be intimidated. We do have some very established people, but these people are community minded, and they want to offer the help that's needed for you to get that business and to be successful with it. So that's what I want to add on there. And what else we got?
So let's talk about what we got going on some of the podcasts. And there is a few events that are going on. Make sure you go over to Mogul, go to all their websites and pages. But first, visit Mogul. There's the Energize Her, which is an awesome program that has going on. And I actually was able to sit in on a session, and it was amazing. So don't walk, run. Don't walk, run for the summit, and also for Energize Her. So it's Energize Her. Isn't that cute? I love it. It's a great play on. Hey, we got Tanya in the chat. Hey, Tanya, how you doing? So we love to see all of our podcast members come out and support us. And thank you guys for the support. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for believing in what Moshe is doing. I think that this is going to be a great opportunity for us to, actually create some brightness in some lives. Yeah,
that's good. So again, just in summary, the headline says, don't depend on friends and family to support your business, but that doesn't mean that they should not support. And it's going to take the community. It's going to make sure, again, that I'm offering what they want and not what I want them to have. And then if I'm offering what they don't want, I'm crazy if I want to get mad about it. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, and a closed mouth don't get fed. That's
closed mouth don't get fed. Yeah. So, but yeah, other than that, man, this is fun. We got another heavy hitter next week. We got Lawrence Washington from Scouts BSA. Yeah, he's gonna be a guest on. So it's gonna be a fun show. He's gonna talk about what's going on in the Scouts world and how they are supporting this event too. So just look out for more information about that.
All right, Scouts VSA. And quickly, so what shows do we have that are currently airing and what is coming back now on our podcast?
Yeah, Sunday. I'm glad you asked. This Sunday, we know it's NBA All-Star Weekend, but everybody that out here don't watch basketball. So for those that don't, I got a good friend. We've been friends for a number of years. Her name is Stacy Livingston. She is currently an intern for a counselor, licensed counselor therapist. And she's going to be on, and we're going to talk about codependency and trauma bonding. Yes. So when we're talking about building these healthy relationships, some of the barriers are those two things right there. Trauma bonding, that means that these people that, are tied together from trauma that they, built or faced over the years. And also that codependency is like, you know what, I get my satisfaction from doing for you in an unhealthy way. Right. So we're going to hear that from a licensed therapist counselor, or she's an intern right now, but she's going to talk to us about codependency. Thank you for plugging that in, Tamika. Codependency and trauma bonding this Sunday at 7 p.m. right here on the Floor Is Yours podcast.
I love it. I love it. Tune in.
Yeah.
And you guys, again, don't forget to join our partners, Mogul Media. Go out, sign up for their website, sign up for their YouTube, Facebook. Make sure you go out, like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and share previous videos.
And the one other thing about Mogul Media, it's an app. So you can install it on your Fire Stick or your smart TV. Right. You can watch it on TV instead of, your little small phones or a tablet. So that's the good thing about Mogul Media. So go search it, install it. Check it out. So you want to close us out?
Sure thing. All right. I think I have, but I just want to say this. My parting thoughts are: don't wait for your support. Find a way to do the things you need to do to grow your business. Stop looking for support in the same places if you don't get it, and don't take it to heart. And make sure that if you are looking for that particular support in your family, that you go out and you speak it. You speak that. You say, look, this is what I need. Is there any way you can support me? Right?
Closed mouth don't get fed.
Closed mouth don't get fed. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank you for everybody in the comment section. Thank you, as always, Tamika. Grab your Conversation Summit tickets today and bring your kids. Kids are free. And thank you. Another wonderful conversation and another episode of the Floor Is Yours podcast. Go ahead, Flex. Let's roll. The floor is yours. Are we
Let me do it for you.
Baby, the floor is yours. Yeah, baby, I mean the floor is yours. If it come down to the floor is yours, let me show you how I prove the floor is yours. The floor is yours.
Peace out. Till next time.